Welcome to this edition of the Freeze and the Stretcher. It's a combination of both. I'm your host, Jesse Sweater, nationally recognized inclusive fitness trainer, Silver Sneaker Flex instructor. You can find out more about me by visiting my website at www.jessesweater.com. Today on the Freeze and the Stretcher, the combination, we're going to be working on the AC joint. Acromyoclavicle joint. That is right here in the front. A lot of times it happens when we fall. We kind of maybe separate that area. We have some overuse of the acroclavicle joint or the acromyoclavicle joint. And we want to really work on regaining some of the mobility, the limitations of motions that might have occurred over time, and strengthening of that joint so that we don't need any particular surgeries possibly, and that we can still live a high quality life even with that AC joint injury. Again, it's the acromyoclavical joint, it's the AC joint, and we're going to be taking 7 different exercises for you today in that freeze and that stretch combination. Only here. And guess who's back? Well, you know who's back. But Funkified Maniacs worldwide across the globe, Silver Sneaker members, new members, YouTube subscribers, and those Facebook live streamers. A few things before we get started. 5. Lightheadedness, pain, dizziness, the stomach fatigue. Pause, come on back a little bit later. The other virtual 5 is you should always consult with a physician before engaging in any physical activity program. By participating in this online exercise with me, you should call it dangerous, hazard, risk of such participation. Exercises demonstrated by the instructor. This online class can be demanding if you're able to safely perform these exercises. We modify them or choose a different set of exercises. Now, you should all be able to perform these exercises because they're strategically meant to reduce some of that pain, that discomfort, and to create greater mobility and stability of that AC joint. Number 2, I can't see you, I can't hear. So please pay attention to that form, pay attention to those mechanics as we go through these different exercises. So one thing you want to do, standing or seated, sit up on the edge of that chair. If you're in the seated position, if you're standing, anchor those feet, toes over knees over hips, into the shoulder. Tuck belly, tuck tailbone, chest out. Shoulders up, back and down. Crown of the head, neutral position. Relax those shoulders. Again, because we're focused on that AC joint or that acromyoclavical joint. And then number 3, breathe, inhale, exhale throughout. 4, ready to proceed exertion. 1 through 3. It's an easy one. It's a light one. 1 being easy, you're relaxed, you're confident, you're going through the motions. 2, you're getting a little more warmed up, blood's flowing, oxygen pumping, muscles are energized. 3, you have some pain, discomfort, fatigue, and you're not doing too well with the stretches, maybe some dull achiness is coming back, you got arthritis, or you just can't finish the exercise routine with me. That's okay. Take a step back, take a relax. Step 5, grab that hydration. We want to get started, so we have 7 different exercises for that AC joint. Sit up on the edge of that chair. That first exercise we're going to do is I'm going to just relax those hands down to the side, or I'm going to just relax those hands right on my thighs, standing or seated, and I'm going to do a side bend with the neck. So I'm just going to side bend it to that right side, come back to neutral, and I'm going to drop that neck into that side bend. And I'm just trying to stretch out that sternoclavicle or sternocleidomastoid that runs all the way around the neck, all the way to the sternum. Again, stretching out the neck on that left side because you're bending to the right, so you're stretching out the left, and then you're back up. And then we'll do the other side as well. You have your side bend. You have your side bend. And you want to do this for any type of repetitions from like 8 to 12 repetitions and about 2 to 3 sets of each side. So again, 8 to 12, 2 to 3 sets. And I'm going to do about 2 more just for time purposes. And you can run through them all in order as I go through these 7 exercises. And you can do all the sets of that side bend initially, the 2 to 3 sets, before we go to the next exercise. So now your next exercise off that side bend is going to be a neck rotation. So let's go to the neck rotation next. The neck rotation would be just turning to the right. And then come back to that center, turn it to the right. Now you're going to feel that stretch more on that right side now of the neck, instead of when you're doing the side bend and you go to the right, you feel on the left side. So again, another 8 to 12 2 to 3 sets. As I bring it back to the front, and we're going to work both sides. So right now you're doing unilaterally. We're on that second exercise. We're going to do that one more time. It's a nice little rotation. And then we're going to go to that left side. Back to that left side. And now I'm doing it on active type of stretching, so I'm just rotating through, coming back to the front, rotating through. You can hold this position, get a little more of a stretch on that rotation, or you can go through it like me, where you're just going back and forth. It's entirely up to you. If you did hold it, you would just hold that for like a 20-second period instead of doing the 8 to 12 repetitions, and kind of just holding that position to get a static stretch. That's number 2. We're going to go to number 3 of that exercise, and what we're going to do now is we're going to just try to drop those hands down, and we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So you're going to come up, back and down. There you go. You're going to come up, back and down. You're going to come up, back and down. There you go. Good job. Up, back, and down with those shoulder rolls. This is number 3. Good job. One more time. And you can do that shoulder roll. You can go shoulder rolls to the back. You can do shoulder rolls to the front as well. So you can break that up as you do that 8 to 12 as I'm bringing them forward. So you take those arms back, up, and then forward with that shoulder roll. So if you go backwards with the shoulder rolls, you want to come forward as well. And you're just running through this shoulder routine as it is, again, targeting that AC joint. So you just got done doing a little bit of the neck. And now we're doing those shoulder rolls. You got it. There we go. Coming forward. So you did your neck side bend, you did the rotation, and you did your shoulder rolls for that 3. And now we're going to come up with that 4th exercise, and then it's going to be retracting those shoulders. So we're going to try to pinch those shoulder blades together. If I did my side view, it would be like this. You're just taking those elbows and you're trying to drive them together, and you're trying to really do a shoulder squeeze. Or a scapula squeeze, which would be the retracting of the shoulders. Resting, pull back, and squeeze. So you're incorporating your lats as well as you drive those elbows next to that rib cage. You're hitting the lat, so you're allowing that mid-trap to actually get involved as well. And you're standing nice and tall, or you're in the seated position nice and tall. And again, you're just doing a shoulder squeeze. Shoulder squeeze. Number 4, to work on that AC joint. 4 exercises, that means we have 3 left. Next exercise is going to be an extension. So when I say extension, typically think about extending those arms all the way up. This is really flexion. So I'm going to show you the real extension is taking those arms and pulling them back behind you. So as I do this, I'm going to turn my chair so you can see me in this position, and you just see I'm off that backrest, and we're going to take those arms back. And this is your extension. So you're extending those arms back as far as you can. Just like this. And again, an 8 to 12 count 2 to 3 times through in those rounds. So it'd be 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12. Reaching back as far as you can. We'll do one more and really reach and get an extension of those arms. That was number 5. So far we did that neck rotation, that side bend We did the shoulder rolls, forward and backwards for 3. We did the shoulder squeeze where you're taking those elbows and you're trying to really drive those scapula together. And then we did that extension. We have 2 more. We have the flexion, and then we have the goalpost. So I'll turn to the front so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. Your flexion would be if you had right now in front of you, you had a dowel bar, or if you had a broomstick, you would grab here and take it all the way up for your flexion. Or if you need to, you can just put both hands together and take them all the way up for your flexion. So it is your choice. You get to choose. You want to take those arms all the way up, put them together, or you can drop your arms down here and do it this way. So the best way to do this is to do this while lying on the floor, which I'll show you that. So I'm going to move that chair out of the way. And to really get that AC joint, one of the best ways to do it, nice and easy, if you grab down here and you lay on that floor, you put your feet up here like this, protects your back, and you just take your arms and you just float them back and down like this. Now again, if you can't, then you just take your arms and you go like this with them. So again, I know I'm showing you different modifications to do this exercise, and you're seeing me on the floor for the first time. That means if you get on the floor, you gotta get off the floor. That can be difficult as well for some of you at home. So I don't advise this for everybody. Now, if you can do that, then great. If you can't, then grab that dowel bar, grab that band, that resistance band, and really just try to flex those arms up as best you can, or put them in front of you. That was number 6. The next exercise is that goalpost. So that goalpost is, think about football, no matter what your football team is. It could be Pittsburgh, it could be the Eagles, it could be Green Bay Packers, or it could be the old TB12 and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you're just goalposting it. So you're just dropping down, you're coming up, and you're trying to take those arms and those rear delts back as far as you can, and you're leading with the hands and the wrist. So side view, if I took my chair and turn it to the side, hit that AC joint, would be pulled back, and you're just trying to pull back as far as you can. And you're really going to target that AC joint, and I really feel that right here in the front. That is the acromyoclavicle joint, and sometimes we get a little separation there from overuse, or again from falling or injury. And again, we want to just try to target that. We want to make that as strong as we can. So you're not just coming right here, you're trying to pull back on those wrists and those elbows and those hands. So those hands are really leading and you're pulling back. So once you get here, you're really trying to take it back a little farther with those hands. Some would use a rope for separation. You can do this exercise in the gym, and you just pull them back. Going up, and just pull them back as far as you can. And there you have it. 7 different exercises to focus on the acromyoclavicle joint. We just ran through it. So what I would suggest to you, as I suggest you to run through this all again. What would that be? That would be, as I run through them with you, real quick, that would be your side bend, both sides, your neck rotation, both sides, your shoulder rolls, forward and backwards, or backwards and forwards. The squeezing of your shoulders, or the scapula. Right? There you go. The extension. Taking those arms back as far as you can. Your flexion. Either seated, standing, together like this, adaptation, or lying on the ground. Not recommended for everybody. And then, the last one, the goalpost. Call this the TB12 because we try to do it 12 times or 8 to 12. And there you have it. 7 exercises for the AC joint. I was your host, Jesse Swear. Thank you for joining me. This was a freeze and a stretcher. Come on. Peace, my friends. Window, wall, floor, door. My heart to your heart. My screen, your screen. May that light be a lamp to your feet, light to your path. Get some hydration. Pay attention to the rate of perceived exertion. And keep on coming back.